Hello everybody and welcome back to my survival world. Last time we finished off the iron farm and digging the underground base area. And as you can see, a few things have changed. I no longer have netherite gear. Yeah, something unfortunate happened while I was trying to tidy up underneath the base. And yep, I am currently eating beef. I haven't done that in such a long time. It's mostly been golden carrots. Yeah, it feels kind of weird that I've kind of gone back in time and I was really wanting to get back to my current state. And yeah, I spent a little time doing a few changes around here, gathering up a lot of extra gear, and I've done that through villagers. I went through and added in the blast furnace, the grindstone, and the smithing table so that I can trade with the villagers and just get extra gear. Just make sure that I have enough backup. And then making constant trips back to the enderman farm, just making books as. And this was kind of a mistake. I don't need that many infinity books. But at the rate I'm losing my bow, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Yeah, so I'm just collecting a whole bunch of books. I'm probably going to make a few sets just so that I have enough for maybe aiming around 5 to 10 just backup gear. But I'll keep doing that off camera when I have a little bit of time, and hopefully that'll solve my current problem now, because there's nothing more painful than dying and losing everything and having to spend your time working back to your, your proper state, and that takes time away from builds, which is definitely not fun. And next on the agenda is the gold farm. I think I found a place for it, but what I will need is a bunch of turtle eggs. So what I've done is over near my raid farm, there was a bunch of turtles there, so I set up a temporary breeding area to gather more eggs. So I'm going to head over there now just to show you what happened there. Now, let me quickly head over to the raid farm, which is the other way. And there it is. Wow, it does really get disorienting in the nether sometimes. I should really put up some better signs. Okay, so right next to the raid farm, I did notice there was a beach with a couple turtles swimming around. So once I found out which one was the home beach, I just enclosed this area and expanded it a little bit so I had more room. And okay, let's get you out of the way. And then I started breeding them, allowing some of the eggs to hatch so that I could get more turtles, and then started breeding them again and collecting more eggs. And I've collected just over a stack here. And this is going to be more than I need, but I figure it's better to have a little extra just in case, because you never know when you could need more. There's definitely other farms that you can build that need turtle eggs, so I think I'm going to be back at this location sometime soon. Or I could add a turtle egg farm to the list, which would also mean I would need a seagrass farm and a better supply of bone meal. The farm I have now is pretty good, but it's not as reliable as I would like it to be. It does require a lot of maintenance, and what I find happens is that over time, the minecart gets stuck in melons at random locations throughout the farm, which means I have to go and grab all of the minecarts and rebuild the flying machines at their stations. This does take a long time, and I've done it a lot, and sometimes when you just need a whole bunch of bone meal, it's really not worth it to have to do that. And I have a few farms in mind that I want to build that will use bone meal. So what I think I'm going to do is tear down the current melon farm, and when I upgrade to 1.17, I'll build a new bone meal farm that uses the moss block. Now this farm looks really overpowered right now, but does produce a lot of bone meal, and it's AFKable, so I don't have to sit there and watch flying machines. That way I can collect a ton of bone meal and not really have to worry about melons or flying machines or anything like that. Anyways, that is enough chatting for now. I have a few more resources left to gather for the gold farm. I'm going to go do that now, and we're going to get started on this very, very soon. And just doing a quick test on the looting setting of this farm, and yeah, you can see the rates here are not very good. I still do have a lot of mob proofing to do below the nether ceiling, and hopefully that will improve the rates here a little bit, because I would really like this to be the new place I go to repair all my tools, because it is a lot closer than the enderman farm. My original plan for collection on this doesn't really work that well. My plan was to send all of the items close to the portal on the roof of the nether, but I built my iron farm a little bit too close and it does interfere with the portals. So I couldn't really find anything that would work above the roof of the nether, but I think I have another plan to move it below the roof of the nether, close to bedrock. But first, I need to change how my collection system will work. And to do that, I think I'm going to head over to my testing area just to try out a few things. But I am done here for now. Hopefully, when I AFK in the spot above the farm, it will work out a little better. So here's what the collection system currently looks like, and that will be changed very soon. I'm going to head over to creative now and see what I can come up with. I've been playing around a little bit in my redstone testing world, trying to come up with a way to transport items in the nether, and I'm sure I'm not the only one to think of something like this, but it's been working out pretty well, and I have two different versions. One keeps the items on the same level all the way across, and you just have to do this little kind of zigzag pattern once you get to the end. And I found that 23 blocks was enough momentum that by the time it got to the end, uh, you were able to push it over and then shoot the block. And then I just kept the 23 on the other version. It just seemed to work really well. The idea here is that this could be a repeating pattern just with the zigzag on the opposite side, and then you would just mirror this over on this end if you needed to extend it. It doesn't have to be 23, it could be much shorter, so that if, let's say you were trying to shoot this through a portal, or you had, a limited amount of space and it didn't equal, 23 blocks at the end, it could be shorter, doesn't really matter that much. This one here uses less redstone. It just requires you to go down 2 blocks each time you move across another section. So something like this is definitely worth it if you have the space to make it fit. One thing to keep in mind, in both of these versions is that because of the way that the sticky blocks push items, you do have to send them in a fixed interval so that you don't have items piling up if they're coming in a little bit too fast. But that is something you'll have to work out the timings on. It'll be most likely different for each situation. this is the version of the item transport that I used in the current gold farm. And I definitely like the fact that it uses less redstone because I'm kind of running low at the moment and I have the space to accommodate it. So it just made sense. So I think I'm going to go with this version again for the rework on the collection system, but we're going to have to make a few changes. So instead of having that sticky block in the center column push items on a timer, I want to change it so that it detects items when they fall through and only fire them when that happens. So it doesn't have to be on a timer, and I don't have to find a way to turn that timer on and off when the farm is running. So to do that, I think what I'm going to do is use an observer and some string to see if we can get a pulse to send the items only when items are dropped in. So I'm thinking of doing something maybe like this. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but might as well test it out. So I think it's going to be something like that. Grab a few of these here. Okay, a sticky piston it's pretty much the same layout, but instead I'm thinking that I can take an observer, place it here, just like that, and then I'm going to need some glass. So bring the glass up like this. Okay, something like that. And then I'm actually going to need some string. If I put the string in front just like that, close this back up. And now I'm going to need to take a signal out of this. So I'll use the terracotta again, and then take a repeater. Let's put that on 2 ticks so that we can try to get a single signal out of that. And then if I do something like this to drop the signal down 1 level, there, something like that should work. This gets powered, it powers this, and then it'll shoot this block here. So let me do that real quick. All right, and now we're ready to test. All right, perfect. Okay, I think that's going to work really well. We're going to drop the items down from the sky close to bedrock, and then this will trigger the whole cycle, and then I'll choose one of these different designs to do once I get down closer to bedrock, but it's probably going to be this one just because it uses less resources. And I think I might only have about 3 sections, so 1, 2, and then another one on the end. And then once I get closer to that completion of that, then I'll show you what the full plan is going to be. But I think it's going to work out really well, especially for some other farms I have planned in the Nether in some later episodes. But that's going to have to wait. I'm going to head back over to my survival world and get this started. I just finished breaking through the roof of the Nether, I think for the 3rd time now. But here's the plan. I need to dig down close to bedrock, and I've already scoped out this area, and there is a huge lava lake right below here. So I have the gravel blocks to help kind of build a pillar in the lava, and then if you build a thicker pillar, you can then tunnel down to the bottom and get through the lake. So the gravity blocks will definitely help with that. And then I've also grabbed a fire resistance potion that I'm going to take so that when I fall into the lava, I can go all the way down to the bottom of the lake and then start pillaring up, building up a bigger column. And first, I just need to get down to the bottom. Take this slow because I don't really know what I'm going to find along the way. So I'm just going to do the spiral thing that I did before because it seems to be the safest method that I could find. And just take it slow and go all the way down to the bottom, or as low as I can without falling into the lake. Just a few blocks to go, and I want to try to get all of these, and missed it. Okay, hopefully I'm still in the center, but I'll get my gravel blocks ready and just start pillaring up from here. And hopefully my fire resistance doesn't run out. Okay, come on. What is happening here? Why can't I place a block? Okay, that's really weird. But what is happening? Okay. Okay, that was weird. I couldn't place it while I was standing on top of it. Oh my god. Okay, finally. Alright, so then from here, just double check. Yep, I'm still in the center, it looks like. And I can clean up those other 2 blocks later, I think. Yep, okay, good. So what I want to do now is just take my gravel blocks, and then I'm going to position myself on this pillar and then just start dropping them down to the bottom and then building up kind of a bigger pillar so that I can continue tunneling down close to bedrock. And for the rest of this build here, I seem to have lost all of the audio for it, including all of the voiceovers that were happening. So I put together this little video montage of what was going on. As you can see, the tunnel was completed, and here I am putting together the dropping detection mechanism thingy in place. Just getting that all situated in its proper spot, and then taking all of the blackstone that I had on me and decided to use that as the frame for this little pillar here. Now, I don't think this area is going to be seen too much because I don't really have any builds planned for the nether just yet, but I thought since this is kind of really the first one, I'll just try to make it a little nice and put these windows in, just in the odd chance that I may recognize it if I start doing any kind of builds. And here I am starting the long journey, building this tunnel all the way up to the gold farm. Yep, super exciting. And I think that is me right there realizing I don't have enough glass blocks to actually make it, so I decided to take one pillar all the way up to the top, just in case. Everything is now in place, and it sounds like it's working. If I just go up here real quick, and it's kind of hard to see up here, but yeah, it looks like I can see items going across. It's detecting them coming down, and nothing seems to be backing up. So let's go down here. Looks like items are falling off of the ice. I didn't really expect that to happen, but I'm sure we could put something up to block it from falling down. And items are shooting out. It looks like it's working. That's awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to put the portal in place and then put the collection in the basement of the base. So I've left this AFK for a few hours now, and I'm kind of anxious to see what the collection rates were like, and the piglets do seem to be falling at a pretty fast pace. I'm just going to fly down here and go through the bottom. I've marked this area out because I did place some sticky blocks at the bottom so it would make it easier to get down. And I've died so many times doing this jump, so I just need to activate my elytra. And perfect. Okay, and then I'll go through this portal and see what the rates look like. what is happening? I can't move. No, 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 no. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? No. Oh my. What happened there? I guess I glitched you the block on half a heart. Oh. Oh, that was so close. Okay. Alright, let's gain a little bit of health and then go through. Man, that was weird. Okay. So here it is, the collection underneath the base. And this is temporary. I want to... Oh, I guess placing those glass blocks kind of defeat the purpose of the end chest, aligning everything. Oh, wow. Is it? Wow, it's completely full. I really did not expect that kind of rates. That's pretty crazy just for a few hours. So, like I said, this is going to be temporary. I am going to connect that into the main floor of the pyramid and just kind of connect it up with the rest of the storage. But I think that is going to work for now. The more and more I think about it, I feel like the next project I should start on is sorting out this bone meal farm. Now that I'm on 1.17, by accident I should add, I accidentally loaded in my survival world into the new version when I thought it was a testing world. So now survival has been converted to the new version, which is, I guess, not such a bad thing. I did lose replay mod. Not that big a deal. Hopefully it's out soon. But if I come down here, I can kind of highlight some of the issues. See, the minecarts kind of get stuck. And I have to come back and replace those. And then you can see the melons, they load into the farmland. And that's probably because I don't have any mob proofing around. So that issue could be solved. But the minecart one, yeah, that's a big pain because I have to rebuild the flying machines, which does take quite a bit of time. So to start working on the moss block version, I first need to find a moss block. Because I did load into the new version, I did prune all of the unused chunks, so I should have a lot of fresh 1.17 chunks to look through, and right now I'm on my way over to my guardian farm to look around for some shipwrecks, because I think moss blocks will spawn in the shipwreck loot. So I'm just going to take my chances, look around, and see if I can get that first moss block. So here, I think there was a ship close by. I don't think I ever looted it, so I wasn't really focused on that to begin with. Okay, so that was my original starter guardian base over there. Anyways, let me just fly out, see... Okay, wait, that kind of looks like one. Okay, yeah, let's try it. That one's kind of weird. It looks like a shadow. Oh yeah, it is one. Okay. Hopefully this has a chest. It's kind of a half boat. Oh, there it is. Nope. Is there another one? Okay, there is. Ah, alright, awesome. Okay. First boat. That was easy. Okay, so let's head back. I think if I bone meal this block, I can get other moss blocks. So I can kind of just multiply them that way. If I can actually fly, that would help. Nope. Okay, maybe I need to eat. Yep, okay. Okay, let's try this out. I'll just pop this moss block here and grab some bone meal. Wow, that is cool. Okay, that's the azalea tree, I think. Oh, that's really cool. And wow, that spreads quite a bit. This is going to be really good for terraforming areas too, I think. That's going to look really cool. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so I think I can grab a lot of moss blocks this way. And let me grab one of these, because that's cool. Oh, that looks really awesome. Okay, I want to try something out. I don't know if I have a pot, and I haven't placed any flowers as decoration in my base at all. But it might not be a bad idea to start decorating things a little bit. And where are the pots? How do you make pots? Clay brick. With the clay bricks, I think. Right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, they're right there. Oh, wait. I actually had a pot the whole time, and for some reason didn't see it. Okay. Oh, that looks so awesome. Cool. Yeah, definitely have to incorporate those somehow. That is really cool. I guess that is enough playing around for now. I am over here at the melon farm. I have my axe and my shovel just about ready to go. I've been staring at this, not knowing exactly where to start, but I think I'm just gonna have to pick a spot and just get to it. Make sure I have everything ready, and yeah, looks good. Let's go. All right, let's fly up here and have a quick look at what it looks like now that everything has been removed. And that is a lot of space. I actually think that's going to be perfect to put in the new moss bone meal farm. But that is going to have to wait for another episode. This video is getting a little long. So I'm going to end it here. Hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a like, comment on the video below, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one.